Hello out there, YouTube community. I'm Scott Garriott, and the video today is going to be a little bit different. Going to be talking about some Blu-rays and DVDs that I own, and some that I picked up from the Criterion sale that happened a few weeks back. Got about 6 or so. They have them for 50% off, I believe, twice a year. If you don't know what Criterion is, it's a company that releases special edition versions of movies on Blu-ray, DVD, and I guess now 4K Blu-ray, but they're kind of, collected by people who collect physical media and all that, and they have nice covers sometimes, and they're kind of fun to collect. So I'm going to be showing a lot that I got from that sale, or all the ones I got from that sale, as well as the Criterion Blu-rays I already owned, and a bunch of other Blu-rays that I own and DVDs that I own as well. But I should mention that I used to run a video store, probably, I don't know, but I guess it was almost 10 years ago at this point. But me and my friend Arlo used to run this video store. We didn't own it, but the owner wanted to take a break for a couple years, so we kind of took over and ran it and bought all the movies and dealt with everything. And I still have a lot of DVDs from that time. I got rid of a bunch of them, sold some of them, just donated a bunch of them, but I still have bags and bags of DVDs from that. So there's a part later in the video where I show myself kind of rummaging through all my DVDs, trying to find Criterion DVDs, because I know I got a bunch of them. Just for fun mostly. I put them on my shelf temporarily, but I actually took them down since then. But I was in kind of a manic state, cleaning my room and all that, and I was like, let's just look through these bags and find some DVDs. I thought that'd be a fun thing to film. And I also use this video as a way to experiment with editing. So a couple parts in the video, I kind of implemented some clips from movies and other clips that I shot interspersed with dialogue that I'm talking over it. I mean, I have a lot of experience with editing. I made a feature film, and I've made music videos, and I have a degree in film and video production, but I haven't done it for a while, so I wanted to kind of get back into it a little bit with more complex and sophisticated editing in these videos. So that's kind of what that is, just to make the video more interesting and for me to kind of get back into that whole thing there. So anyway, with all that said, here's some DVDs and Blu-rays for you. All right, so these are all the movies I got from the Criterion 50% off sale. It happened a week or two ago. As you can see, not a lot of color in these, very monochrome selection, but I do like black and white movies. It wasn't intentional, it just kind of turned out that way. They're not all black and white, but just the general color scheme is very kind of grayscale there. But I'll go through them one at a time. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Get that hair off there. Stranger Than Paradise, Jim Jarmusch. One of those movies where not a lot seemingly happens, but it's just so kind of compelling and hypnotic. The cinematography in this movie is like maybe my favorite cinematography of all time. Just really beautiful black and white. I don't know how to describe it. I just love the look of it. See what we got in there. I got the booklet and the discs. There's usually like a picture behind the discs on these. Yeah, that's the kind of cinematography I'm talking about. It's really cool. There's also one of the reasons I wanted to buy this, because I did own this on DVD already, but the transfer is amazing. It looks better on Blu-ray, on this Criterion Blu-ray at least, and it includes his debut movie called Permanent Vacation, which I'd never seen, and I got to watch that one, and I liked it, but it was not the easiest watch. Very meandering and not very audience-friendly at all, which is okay, but it's no Stranger Than Paradise, I'll say that. But I'm glad I got to see it. A lot of special features on there. Commentary track was pretty good. This is Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard. I used to own this on DVD, and I guess I don't have it anymore, so I wanted to rebuy it because this movie was very influential to me. When I saw it when I was younger, I kind of immediately fell in love with it. A lot of really interesting filmmaking techniques like jump cuts and just odd storytelling. You know, they'll spend like 3 seconds on an important scene and then 45 minutes on just a couple people talking in an apartment. I really like this kind of photo collage there that's on the inside. Another big booklet in there too. But yeah, happy to pick that one up. This is Dr. Strangelove, a Stanley Kubrick movie. I'm sure most of you know it, but I really love that cover. I got the poster on my wall there, as you can see, but I realized that I didn't own the movie, so when the Criterion sale was happening, I figured that was one I should probably get. And it's got one of these cardboard cases, and got this top secret, there's a bunch of other stuff in there. Not supposed to open it, but I did anyway. And I really like all the pictures under there too. Haven't rewatched this one in a while. Guess there's not a lot of pictures, but it's still pretty visually nice. But I haven't watched this movie in a while, so I'm gonna give it a rewatch. Alright, this is Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Sam Peckinpah. I bought this pretty much just because I collect Bob Dylan related material, mostly records, but he was heavily involved in this. The song Knocking on Heaven's Door was made for this movie, and there's a whole soundtrack that he has related to it, and he's also in the movie. I saw it a long time ago. It was pretty good, but that was the main reason I bought it. It's pretty expensive usually, so getting it at half price was nice. 2-disc set, as you can see. Here is a David Lynch movie I picked up, Eraserhead. I saw this in a film class a long time ago, and I remember being kind of bored with it, but also really entranced by it. So I've always wanted to rewatch it. I have the original soundtrack on vinyl, which is just found that at a record store, couldn't turn it down. Looking forward to rewatching this one. Got a big old booklet in there. Another David Lynch movie. This one's gotten a lot of praise over recent years. I think it was really high on Sight and Sound's list of their best movies of all time. A friend of mine, this is his favorite movie of all time, I believe. Arlo, if you're watching. I rewatched it recently, and it is very good. But it's the kind of movie I feel like if I watched more, I'd get into even more. I saw it in the theater when it first came out, so it's like a 4.5 star. But I feel like if I watch it a few more times, I could get it to a 5 star, because it seems like one you really need to kind of really fall in love with and take the time with. But got some really classic scenes in it and some memorable moments. Got the booklet and more nice pictures and everything. And I'll kind of quickly show the rest of my Criterion Blu-rays. Night of the Hunter. I found this at a local store for $10, which was actually a pretty good deal compared to what they go for. This I bought at, I think it was a couple years ago, I bought this at another Criterion 50% off sale online. Francis Ha. Love this movie. Big fan of modern day black and white movies, if you couldn't tell. Blood Simple is one of my favorite movies of all time. Coen Brothers debut. In addition to modern day black and white movies, I tend to like early films by classic filmmakers when their creativity is more raw and kind of from the gut and all that. But yeah, I love this movie. Blow Up. My dad was big into this movie, and I really like it as well. But I remember watching it, a little hair on there. I remember watching it as a kid, and a lot of interesting kind of metaphors and mysteries, and a lot to think about. Dead Man's one of my favorite movies. Another one with amazing cinematography by, well, not by Jim Jarmusch, but another black and white Jim Jarmusch film. I always really love his black and white movies, and some of his other movies as well. Another one for the Bob Dylan collection, Rolling Thunder Review, Martin Scorsese documentary. And this is one of my favorite movies as well, Gummo. I had a DVD that I lent to somebody and they never returned, so when they released this, I had to buy that Criterion Blu-ray. All right, now I'm going to show some steelbooks that I have. Steelbooks are mostly just fancy cases. Sometimes they're special editions, but they're pretty cool for collecting. Blues Brothers, remember seeing that as a kid quite a bit. Another one of my dad's favorites, but I like it as well. Apocalypse Now, I think I picked this up at Target or something, but I think it has the Redux and the original, so I had to get that. Wizard of Oz, obviously a childhood favorite. This is still sealed, Full Metal Jacket. Picked this up at Suncoast, and sells for a decent amount on eBay, so I might just keep it sealed and sell it, and maybe get like a cheaper version. But Definitely love the first third of that movie with the basic training section, and the war sections are right too. Django Unchained, one of my favorite Tarantino movies. Third favorite probably, but yeah, I saw this in the theater 3 times when it came out. Always a fun watch. This was kind of an impulse buy. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of a classic of the disturbing horror genre, but not something I'm going to watch a lot. But I saw it at Suncoast, and I was like, that's interesting. It wasn't that expensive either, so I was like, oh, why not? You gotta have a few little weird oddities in your collection. Taxi Driver is one of my favorite movies. Unfortunately, I ordered this on eBay, and the case is bent quite a bit, dinged. Not PSA grade worthy if DVDs or Blu-rays were something you graded, but that's all right. And this is my favorite horror movie of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Cool armadillo steelbook there. All right, Lord of the Rings trilogy. Picked it up at Goodwill, I believe. Lighthouse, another great black and white movie. Magnolia is a favorite when I was younger. Reservoir Dogs, I just like Tarantino in general. Die Hard, black and white cover for some reason, but yeah, great classic movie. Fargo, a classic. Get Out's a fantastic movie. Good and the Bad, the Ugly, I haven't watched in a while, but I remember really liking that one a lot. Unforgiven, great movie. Groundhog Day, gotta have a few kind of comedies in your collection for sure. Pulp Fiction used to be my favorite movie of all time when I was younger. I remember really liking this one. It's got a green spine, which is nice. You know, not a lot of green in my collection. Gotta mix up the colors. Home Alone's just a childhood favorite. I watched it every Christmas. And this one, Shawshank Redemption's one of the few movies that can make me tear up every time. But also just a great piece of entertainment. You could say it's overrated. I don't really think it is. All right, go through some more of these regular Blu-rays. This is Clockwork Orange. It's like some kind of a booklet version. But yeah, picked that up at a store locally. Boogie Nights is a top 5 movie of all time for me. I've seen that movie about 100 times. Oh, this is I should show. This is like a French version or something. Yeah, it's got the French title as well as the American title, but it plays in English and everything. But found that somewhere like at a thrift store or something. Mean Streets I wanted to rewatch, so I just reordered that on eBay. Jackie Brown I found at a thrift store, great find. Do the Right Thing I found at Suncoast in the bargain bin for $1. I was like, couldn't pass that up. Do the Right Thing is a great movie. Mandy, this is one of my favorite movies of recent years. Kind of a great combination of a kind of visual art film with an exploitation movie, and yeah, really, really cool, unique movie. 2001, this used to be my favorite movie of all time. Found this somewhere, and have not watched it since I bought it, but gotta have it in case you ever want to see it again. Holy Mountain, I bought this when they re-released it. This is actually the inverted cover, so there's some Blu-rays and DVDs have this thing where you can kind of change out the cover. If you see that, that's the normal cover, but I reversed it. All right, not normally a fan of vampire movies, but this is the exception. Girl Walks Home Alone at Midnight. Iranian, black and white, kind of arty vampire movie. They filmed it in California in a small town, actually, but it's supposed to take place in Iran. I really like that one a lot. Shining is a classic, of course. Florida Project, another one of my favorite recent movies. Still might be my favorite Sean Baker movie, although I did really like Enora a lot as well. Grindhouse, this is the original version with Planet Terror and Death Proof. The version they showed in the theater. And Big Lebowski, of course, one of my favorite movies, just like it's one of most people's favorite movies. Kind of a cool limited edition, not really that limited, but cool booklet version there. All right, also got Boyhood. Swingers is a favorite of mine from when I was younger. This is cool. It's got 3 different Oliver Stone movies. Big fan of JFK and Natural Born Killers. Kind of wish there was something besides Any Given Sunday on there. Wish it was like U-Turn or even like Nixon or Platoon or something like that. But still, cool collection there. Born on the 4th of July, another great Oliver Stone movie. Glengarry Glen Ross. This is a really good movie, but I have like 3 or 4 copies of it, as you'll see when I in the clips of me going through my DVDs. Nebraska, I love that one. I love black and white movies. Inherent Vice. I actually really like this movie a lot. It's a lot of people's least favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but I can't really say I can follow the plot that easily, but I just, one of those movies I like putting on in the background to kind of vibe out to. Hateful Eight, Drive, Wild Tales is a great Spanish movie. Dazed and Confused, another favorite. Uncut Gems. Office Space is just a great movie that I would recommend to anyone, whether you're like into film or not. One of the best broad comedies of the last like 30 years, I would say. Found this at a thrift store recently. Great deal on that one, because that one's not super easy to find on Blu-ray. This one, so when I ran the video store, I bought this because they had just released it. This is so good. It's like the 60s version of The Room. It might have come out in the 70s actually, but yeah, it's like the psychedelic version of The Room. Just so bad it's good. American Hippie in Israel. Yeah, if you like bad movies that are entertaining and, you know, well made in some ways and horribly made in other ways, I recommend it highly. This is the limited edition version with the DVD and Blu-ray, and out of 2000. All right, I'll kind of quickly speed through the rest of these. I think I caught 2 copies of Saving Private Ryan on Blu-ray there. I didn't even realize that until I watched the video back, that I have 2 copies of that. But anyway, so the next part of the video is going to be me going through my DVDs to find Criterion Collection stuff, just for fun, really. And in addition to the Criterions, there's going to be a lot of just interesting, fun DVDs, and, you know, it's fun for me to watch, at least. I don't know if it will be for anyone else, but all the random little bits of physical media I come across from movies of all kinds. Also, sorry about the filming on this was not the greatest. There's some parts that I had to, some parts that I filmed portrait instead of landscape, so that doesn't look that great. But after a couple of times filming, I realized that I flip it the other way correctly, so hope that's not too hard to watch. So here's a stack of Criterion DVDs I got so far. I know all the Blu-rays are already up there, but yeah, I'm going to keep searching for them and put them on my shelf. Alright. So, got some. I worked at a video store for a long time, so that's partially where I got a lot of these. That's a Criterion. Beastie Boys, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's an underrated movie, I really like that. Full Rooms, Ace Ventura, Patterson. Well, it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. This is a Battle Royale, part 1 and 2 on one 4-disc set. Seen that movie about 1 million times. Never seen that one. That was a cool little horror movie that no one knows about. One of my favorite documentaries. I like The Limey a lot. That's a great movie. Worst movie ever made, but I kind of like it. That's a classic. One of my favorite Coen brothers. Never watched this, I don't think, but I love Captain Beefheart. Looks like a bootleg, but that's pretty cool. Found another bag of stuff. Let's check it out. It's a good one. One of my favorites. Dark Star. Another great movie. Election. I gotta rewatch a lot of these. Spinal Tap. Cohen. That's a cool documentary there, Leviathan. I have that on Criterion Bluray now. It's just a Breaking Bad box. I have the whole Blu-ray set of that. It's a bootleg Magical Mystery Tour. Kurt and Courtney, that's a kind of a fun guilty pleasure documentary. I saw that at the film festival in Ashland, and I liked it a lot. Never watched Killing Zoe before. Great documentary. MST3K, weird movie. Yeah, no Criterions in there. Found another box. This is a Steelbook of the Avengers. I found it at a thrift store. I'm gonna sell that on eBay. I've actually never seen the Avengers. Some stray Seinfeld discs. It's pretty cool DVD there. Vintage Star Wars VHS copy. This is a cool cover. It's got like a lenticular hologram. I don't think it's worth that much, but I may sell it for a couple bucks. Old Beavis and Butthead. More Seinfeld stuff. I forgot about this movie. That was one we had when I was running the video store. More Seinfeld. Bootleg Texas Chainsaw Massacre DVD from some other country. This is interesting. Friday the 13th Part 3 3D with the glasses, with 3D glasses. Maybe I'll give that a watch sometime with the glasses. This I saw in the theater. It's good. Never seen that. Saw that a long time ago. That's cool. I don't think I've seen this, but it's cool. You know, it's like the True Romance, Sonny Chiba triple feature, Moonraker. That's the Mandela Effect one with Dolly with the braces. I never seen it though. Snowpiercer, Roman Polanski movie. Never seen that crap. Never seen that crap. Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. I should watch this one. This is probably one of those I never got around to seeing. That is bad. Doesn't. No interest. I love these Paradise Lost movies. I was so fascinated with those at one point. I don't know what that is. That's a weird Korean film or something. Japanese. Alright, random movie. Never saw that one. That's classic, obviously. All-time favorite here. One of my all-time favorites. Top 5 of all time. Have the Criterion Bluray, though. Rain People's early Coppola movie. Killer Shrews. One False Move is a classic thriller from the 90s. That's supposed to be like a disturbing Korean movie or something. That was supposed to be horrible. Never saw that. Didn't see that. Most of these are movies I have from when I ran the video store. That I heard was pretty good, but who has the time to watch them all, you know? Don't know that one. Candyman. I might look some of these up, see if they're worth selling on eBay. Like this one maybe could be. These, I think that Cold Feet one. Is that Tom Waits in that? Yeah, Tom Waits is in that movie. Never seen it though. All right, found some more DVDs out in the garage, and I think I'm like a notorious Criterion right on top. Love that picture. This might be the mother load. You never know. You never know. Blood-sucking freaks. Bad Boy Bubby. Oh, there's one. Black Narcissus. Never seen it. Ooh, there's another one. Touché pas au gribi. 1, 2, 3, 7. Trash Humpers. That's kind of a. I think that's kind of a valuable DVD. I might take that inside. Got so many copies of this movie, but it's a great movie. There's a Hoop Dreams Criterion collection. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm also assembling a Bob Dylan DVD and Blu-ray section for my wall, so this is a weird one. It's all water damage too, and it's a bootleg, but it's cool. That might be sellable. I was just thinking about this movie. The Reanimator. That is quite a movie if you like blood and guts. I need to rewatch this one. I haven't. One of the few Coen Brothers movies. I've seen it, but not since I was a kid. Oh, another Criterion, Les Samurai. The one that supposedly Tarantino ripped off for Reservoir Dogs. Oh, Bad Taste. Early Peter Jackson movie. Kids. The Wasp Woman. Oh, it's a Steelbook Bluray of True Grit, the original. Alright, this may be the last box, but this is a cool movie. Really weird spaghetti western. Great show. Never seen Child's Play. So gotta rewatch that one. More Loose, Breaking Bad. MS23K. Oh yeah, that's got the original theatrical cut on it. Not very common on DVD. Talking Heads, I gotta watch that. 2000 Maniacs. Oh, that movie. Never saw that one. Oh, Man Bites Dog. I don't know if this is such a disturbing cover, I don't even want to show it, but I'll put it on my shelf, I guess. It's because it is a Criterion. Oh, there we go. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas Criterion. Okay, a couple Blu-rays. Terrence Malick movie I've never seen. Oh, that's one. I gotta sell that one because that one's going for a lot now. Never saw it. Classic. There we go. There's another. Jean-Luc Godard, Tout va bien, Criterion. Couple of spaghetti westerns on Blu-ray. Another copy of Glengarry Glen Ross. God, I have so many of that one. There's Return of the Jedi. Gotta watch that one too. This is something I can sell. Unfortunately, the case is broken on the other side. Or parts of the plastic are broken, but this one goes for kind of a lot on eBay. So, Sleepaway Camp, collector's edition, survival kit. Anyway, I think that's it. Found one more that just fell into this box of records here. Gamora, Criterion DVD. Alright, so here's all the Criterion DVDs I have as of now that I could find in order of their spine number. But I think I have more. In fact, I think I have one of the rare out-of-print movie called The Killer somewhere. And it might even be a real copy. So I might have that one still, and I think I might have others. So I'm going to keep looking. All right, I found it. So this is kind of an infamous DVD that was out of print and used to sell for like $300. I think it still might sell for quite a bit. And I want to sell it, but it's really hard to prove that it's real because I made a lot of like bootlegs of this because it used to sell for so much. And there's ways to kind of prove it's real, but like if it has like a white ring. Mine doesn't have a white ring, but they don't all have white rings. And I'm pretty sure this is legit because I bought it at a video store that was going out of business. And this particular video store only had like legit official stuff directly from Hollywood. So I think this is legit. But I don't know. I'll throw it in the collection for now. Number 8, right at the beginning there. All right, next morning, found 3 more in my closet. Spartacus, Lady Eve, and Yojimbo. All right, I think I finally found them all. So here's my collection as of now. Blu-rays, Criterion, right there, and DVDs.
Definitely putting him down there. Kenny the Chip, Larry Drew, and as always,
Boom.
miss a Hall of Famer.
All right, so that's it for the Criterion DVD hunt. For this last little bit of the video, I just show some more Blu-rays I got since I started the video and some DVDs I hadn't shown prior in the video. Just picked this up. It's my favorite movie of all time, Richard Linklater's Slacker. I had the DVD of it, but I bought it on Blu-ray. I didn't really need to buy it on Blu-ray because, it's not the type of movie that's going to look that much better on Blu-ray than DVD, but just kind of for the collection, and I gave my DVD to a friend of mine. So yeah, I'm happy to pick that one up. And then this just came out, just released a couple days ago. Anora won Best Picture last year. I think this is really great. I just watched it again. It really holds up. Seen it like 3 times now. The entire Breaking Bad set on Blu-ray. All the seasons. And I have every season of Better Call Saul on DVD as well. So Better Call Saul is a spin-off of Breaking Bad. This is one of my favorite documentaries about one of my favorite bands. It's Dig. Well, it's about the Brian Jonestown Massacre, which is one of my favorite bands, and also about the Dandy Warhols, which is not one of my favorite bands, but they have a couple good songs that I like. But yeah, they released a extended edition of this, or not on. I don't think it's on physical media, but this is the original version of it. This is Pavement Slow Century, another one of my favorite bands. This is a documentary about Pavement. Incredible string band. Big fan of them. 60s folk band. 60s kind of weirdo folk band. And kind of a rare DVD there. This movie, I Heart Huckabees. I think this is an underrated movie. Never came out on Blu-ray. So I got the DVD of that. The Room is, of course, one of the best bad movies of all time. Proud to own that on DVD. Enter the Void is a pretty crazy experience. Like that Drugstore Cowboy is great. Another music documentary about Big Star. Big Star is one of my favorite bands as well. This is one of my favorite old classics, Double Indemnity. Great, fantastic film noir from the 1940s. I've actually never seen The Terminator, the first one. I've seen Terminator 2, of course, but just found this at Goodwill. Got a really cool cover. Even on video there, you can see it. You can see the shininess of it. some really good condition, so I'm going to watch that for the first time. Waking Life, another great Richard Linklater film. Found that at a thrift store. And Flirting with Disaster is another one of my favorite comedies, and I don't believe that's ever been on Blu-ray either. This is Star Wars. I have all three of these. I think some of them showed up in the parts where I was searching through Blu-rays, or searching for Criterion DVDs. And this is the only DVD version that has the original theatrical cut on it. And I think it has the theatrical cut as well as the special edition on there, but I think most people prefer the theatrical. Comedy. This is one of my favorite movies too. And not for all tastes, but really interesting and kind of provocative deconstruction of the detached hipster type of mentality. This is the top 5 movie of all time for me. One of my favorite documentaries ever, American movie. Seen that movie so many times, just so inspirational, so funny. Old Boy, I've only seen it once or twice, but that's a great Korean film. Blue Ruin's a nice little thriller. And Bringing Up Baby is one of my favorite classic comedies from the 1930s, I believe. I've also got some of these Simpsons DVDs. I used to own like the first 11 seasons, and then I either sold a lot of them or lost them or something, and I started rebuying them at thrift stores and on eBay because I felt like watching The Simpsons again. Definitely one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't have all of them, but I got a handful there. All right, I want to show this last one. This is a movie called The Dirties by Matt Johnson. And this is a very limited, kind of rare and sought-after DVD. When they released it initially, they had several different covers of different movies that the cover would mimic. And you could order it directly from their website. I think that was the only way to order it. I like this one. It's a take on the Third Man DVD, and it has the Criterion spine, even though it's not actually a Criterion. But yeah, it's a really good movie. Kind of a low-budget mockumentary. Kind of almost a cult classic at this point, I'd say. And they don't sell very often online, but they seem to be very sought after and rare. I mean, yeah, as you can see, that one's number 32 out of 150. All right, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm not sure if it will appeal to people who are watching my record videos or not, but I think there's a lot of crossover between movie fans and music fans, and maybe this will find a couple of Blu-ray collectors and all that. I will say I have not gotten into 4K Blu-rays yet. I'm always like a little bit behind the times with that stuff. Like I was collecting VHS long after DVDs were a thing. I was collecting DVDs long after Blu-rays were a thing, and now I'm onto the Blu-ray thing and not even thinking about 4K, but all that stuff. I'm also not a big streaming fan. Don't have Netflix or anything like that. Maybe someday when there's a streaming service that has everything, I'll consider it, but I don't want to get like 20 different streaming services. Just not for me. But that's that. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good day. Goodbye.